Hello students, welcome to my physics class. This is Shumi Roy from Techno India Group Public School, Shiliguri, and today we are going to do NCERT solution of chapter Force and Pressure. So the first question of NCERT is, give two examples each of situation in which you push or pull to change the state of motion of object. So the two examples of push and pull are, so firstly we will discuss the examples of push. A heavy box at rest is pushed to move it from one room to another. This changes the state of motion of the box. So by pushing a box, heavy box, we can change its position. So state of motion of object is changed here. Now next, a player pushes a football using his foot. This changes the state of motion of the ball. Again here also, by pushing the football, position is being changed. Okay, now examples of pull are, rope is pulled to draw water from a well. This changes the state of motion of the water bucket. So when we pull a rope to draw water from the well, by pulling the rope, we are changing the state of motion of the water bucket. Next is, a drawer is pulled to open it. This changes the state of motion of the drawer. So whenever you pull a drawer to open it, this changes the state of motion of the drawer. Now the next question. The next question is, give two examples of situation in which applied force causes a change in the shape of an object. So there are many examples. We have to give two examples. The first example is making a chapati from a ball of dough. Okay, so when we apply force on a ball of dough, it becomes round in shape. It changes the shape. Okay, so for baking chapati, we apply force, and this force changes the shape of the dough. Now next, one more example is stretching of rubber band. So when we stretch a rubber band, the rubber band changes its shape. So these are the two examples where applied force causes a change in the shape of an object. Now the next question. The next questions are fill in the blanks. So the first question among that is, to draw water from a well, we have to pull at the rope. So we have to pull at the rope to draw water from a well. Next, a charged body attracts an uncharged body towards it. So during an electrostatic force, we have learned that when we rub an object with the other object, the object becomes charged. So a charged object attracts an uncharged object towards it. So in our discussion, we have discussed about that comb, when we have run a comb on our dry hairs. Okay, and then when we brought that comb near a pieces of paper, the pieces of paper which was uncharged got attracted to the charged comb. So a charged body attracts an uncharged body towards it. Okay, next question is, to move a loaded trolley, we have to pull it, or we can also push it. So here the answer will be both push and pull. Next, the north pole of a magnet repels the north pole of another magnet. Okay, because a magnet, the like poles of magnet repel each other and unlike poles attract each other. Means a north pole will repel north pole, a south pole will repel south pole, but a north pole will attract a south pole. Similarly, a south pole will attract a north pole. So a north pole of a magnet repels the north pole of another magnet, because north pole and north pole are like poles, and like poles repel each other. Now the next question. Next question is, an archer stretches her bow while taking aim at the target. She then releases the arrow, which begins to move towards the target. Based on this information, fill up the gaps in the following statements using the following terms. Few terms are given. We have to use these terms to fill up the gaps. The first question is, to stretch the bow, the archer applies a force that causes a change in its shape. So when a archer stretches the bow changes the shape. The bow, when we apply force on the bow changes its shape. Next, The force applied by the archer to stretch the bow is an example of dash force. So when she is applying a force to stretch the bow, she is applying her muscular force. For stretching the bow, she is applying her muscular force. So is an example of muscular force. Next, the type of force responsible for a change in the state of motion of an arrow is an example of a contact force. Here it is an example of contact force because there is a physical contact between the arrow and the archer who is releasing it. Okay, so it's an example of contact force. Next, while the arrow moves towards its target, the force acting on it are due to gravity and due to friction of air. Okay, there are two forces which are acting, and because of that only the arrow is moving. Okay, the two forces which are acting on that is gravity and friction. Next question. Next question is, the following situation identify the agent exerting the force and the object on which it acts. State the effect of the force in each case. So the first question is, squeezing a piece of lemon between the fingers to extract its juice. So here the fingers are the agents because the fingers are exerting the force. And the object on which it acts is the lemon because we are exerting the force on the lemon. And the form of effect is change in the shape of lemon. Okay, when the lemon changes its shape, then only its juice comes out. So here the agent is the fingers, the object on which it acts is the lemon, and the form of effect is change in the shape of lemon. Second question is, taking out paste from a toothpaste tube. Okay, here also the agent is the fingers, object on which it acts is the toothpaste tube, and the form of effect is change in shape of tube. Next question, a load suspended from a spring while its other end is on a hook fixed to a wall. So here the load is the object which is exerting the force. It is the force is being exerted on spring. Okay, so object on which the force is acting is the spring, and the form of effect here also the form of effect is change in the shape of spring. Now last question, an athlete making a high jump to clear the bar at a certain height. Here also the agent exerting the force is the muscles of athlete. Okay, and the object on which this force is being act is the athlete himself or herself. And the form of effect is change in the state of motion of athlete because the athlete jumps by using her or his muscular power. So the form of effect is change of state of motion of athlete. Next question is, a blacksmith hammers a hot piece of iron while making a tool. What does the force due to hammering affect the piece of iron? The form of effect, the force of hammering changes the shape of iron in the form of desired shape. So a blacksmith hammers on any tool, for making any tool on a piece of iron to change its shape so that he can give the iron a desired shape. So the force of hammering changes the shape of iron in the form of desired shape. The next question is, an inflated balloon was pressed against a wall after it has been rubbed with a piece of synthetic cloth. It was found that the balloon stick to the wall. What force might be responsible for the attraction between the balloon and the wall? Here the force which is responsible for this attraction is the electrostatic force, because when we have rubbed the balloon with a piece of synthetic cloth, it has become charged. Now this charged balloon got attracted on the wall which was uncharged. So here electrostatic force is responsible for this action. Next question is, name the forces acting on a plastic bucket containing water held above ground level in your hand. Discuss why the forces acting on the bucket do not bring a change in its state of motion. So here muscular force is used to hold the bucket containing water, and gravitational force is pulling the water down. So here both muscular force and gravitational force are equal, and therefore there is no change in the state of motion of the bucket because the resultant force is 0. Both the forces are equal, so the resultant force on the bucket is 0. So this force acting on a bucket do not bring a change in its state of motion. Now next question. The next question is, a rocket has been fired upward to launch a satellite in its orbit. Name the two forces acting on the rocket immediately after leaving the launching pad. So the two forces which are acting on the rocket are force due to gravity and the frictional force of atmosphere. The force due to gravity and the frictional force of atmosphere are the two forces which are acting on the rocket immediately after leaving the launching pad. Now the last question is, when we press the bulb of a dropper with its nozzle kept in water, air in the dropper is seen to escape in the form of bubbles. Once we release the pressure on the bulb, water gets filled in the dropper. The rise of water in the dropper is due to atmospheric pressure because the pressure outside is more when compared to the pressure inside the dropper. So because of the change in the pressure, the water comes upwards, okay, and it gets filled in the dropper. Okay, so with this question we have completed NCERT solution. Thank you for joining.